Hi, I'm Aastha Tatia, your happiness coach. So, how many of you love to read? Okay, how many of you are aspiring coaches or trainers? So, if you are an aspiring coach and trainer, and for sure, then you must be loving reading and you must be reading lots of books. Here's one book whose review I want to share today. This book that I read very, very recently, and I found it quite interesting. As coaches, we are always looking at, you know, having a sustainable or thriving coaching business. A lot of times, you may be an amazing coach, but you may have no idea how to have a business, a coaching business which is sustainable, which is thriving, which you can scale up. And I think that's a pain area for a lot of us. So if that's something for you, then this book is a must read for you. This book is called Get Clients Today by Mickelsen. And it's basically, you get to know the secrets to a highly rewarding and highly profitable coaching business. Yeah, so it's about, what really you can do to have a thriving business, a sustainable coaching business. Something, we kind of end up ignoring a lot of times. We get so busy learning the coaching skills and how we can get better at coaching and how we can have our you can enhance our coaching skills, be better at it, be better at our interventions, and that's something we focus on, training ourselves, working on ourselves. But we completely forget that unless I have clients, I cannot have a coaching business. And that is exactly what this big book talks about. The core idea being what I just spoke about, that is, how do you have a thriving coaching business? Okay, so that's what it is about. And what I really liked about this book is, that Christian here is talking from his life, which is what stands apart, and what has been his journey, something that he has learned over the years, he has put together in this book. And there are a lot of examples that are there. There are a lot of small tips and tricks, what needs to be done, how can you do it, a lot of doables, a lot of actionables, how can you really do it. And I think when he speaks his mind, it is very, very simple, it is very relatable. I as a coach could literally relate to a lot of it, whatever he said. Small things which keep playing as patterns on the back of our mind, in our subconscious mind, and we keep thinking, how do I go about doing it? Am I really good enough? As a coach also, will I be able to do it? Will the client want to come and do it with me? Am I charging too much? Am I overpriced? All those concerns, he has addressed them beautifully, right? So he's talked about all of them and he's given actionables. How do you really go about doing it? So you can really see, okay, this is the next step I can take. That's very, very clear. So I think that's the beauty, and that's why I really like the book. My top 5 learnings or takeaways from the book. So number one is that you have to be able to help your clients achieve results. Okay, they are not interested in the process, whether what you're doing, what approach you're taking, how you're going to do it, will there be 10 worksheets or not, will there be certain formats that they need to work on? No, that's not what the client is really interested in. It doesn't matter, right? What the client wants is results. So I think it was kind of reinforced that as a coach, I need to focus on ensuring that the clients produce results. Number one. Number two, and this was very interesting, a 3-step process for getting the clients. Now we all want that, how do you get those clients? 3-step process, and very quickly to tell you, the first step being, clients, they somehow know you, they've heard about you. okay, social media or otherwise, they've heard about you, okay. Now, how do they have a coaching interaction with you, like a intro coaching session with you, right? And the third step, after the intro coaching session, they hire you. So that's basically the 3 steps of a client coming to you and getting converted. So first they've heard about you, then they decide to have a coaching, an intro session with you, like a brief intro session. And third is, after the intro session, they decide, okay, I need to go ahead and hire you as a coach. So these 3 steps that I told you very quickly have been explained at length. What do you really need to do in each of these steps? And when I say, having that intro coaching session, what do you really do in that intro coaching session? How do you really get that surge of clients for the intro session? All of that has been mentioned. How do you make that intro offer so that it is very lucrative, and it really speaks about how you really want to serve the client. They really get it that yes, I need to go for this session. I need to have this session with you as a coach, right? So that was number 2. Number 3. Very, very powerful, and a lot of times we as coaches miss out on that, and that is speak the language of clients. And what is the language of clients? It's the language of results. Because the client is not paying for your coaching, the client is paying for results. All he wants is results. So speaking the language of results. So a lot of times we start talking about who I am, how great I am, what all have I done, what all results have I caused, and it's about me, my coaching, right? How about talking about the client's requirements, the client's pain points, his desires, his dreams? The moment we start talking in that language, it's about him. The whole focus is there. So I think that was another big one for me, that yes, speaking that language of clients, which is the language of results. Number 4 was that, it is very, very important to be confident. Yeah, confidence. Now something very, very basic, we all know that. But I think when I read it, I so realized the importance of constantly reminding oneself, or rather checking ourselves whether we are confident or not. At what level is my confidence? It's so important to check that constantly. So what I realized was, it's about having that confidence in myself, having that confidence in my coaching, and then having that confidence in universe that it's going to provide for whatever is needed in that moment for me to serve my client. To have that faith, to have that confidence. And once I have confidence in myself, in my coaching, and in the universe, nothing can stop me from putting in my best, serving the best possible way, and that is what it is. Because unless I am confident, I cannot be efficient. I cannot give in my 100%. So whatever stands in the way of that confidence, whatever those doubts and fears are, they need to be addressed. And while Christian has spoken about certain tools that, how can you really go about building and enhancing that confidence? But he also says that at the core, if there are those deeper things, those patterns or those fears, doubts that are there, they need to be addressed on priority. You need to really look at the core. What is it that is pulling you down? So that was number 4. Number 5, very, very powerful, and I think I've done that so many times. So be a collaborator. Okay, that's huge. So be a collaborator, which is I as a coach, I'm a facilitator for the client. I'm supporting him or her in his in his journey to achieving what he desires. Okay, the result will be produced by whom? By the client. By the client. The onus to get the results, to produce the result, lies on the client. Only if he takes those actions will he be able to really get those results. But a lot of times we as coaches get in that zone or in that domain where we're like, what should I do? What can I do so that he gets results? What should I say so that he'll be like, wow, this was amazing. We are waiting to hear that this session was incredible. You know, you are an amazing coach. It somehow becomes about us because we're so focused on if he says wow, means he's getting those results. He's liking it. Whereas it's so amazingly described that the moment I understand and I'm aware and conscious of the fact that I am only a collaborator, I am only a facilitator, I am only somebody who is supporting, who's holding hand. In that moment, my focus is going to be on what can I provide, what support can I provide, what help can I provide so that he or she, the client, takes the required actions. But results are going to come only when action is taken, and action is going to be taken by the client. That's his choice. So as a facilitator, I can probably help him overcome the barriers to those actions. Right? So I think those 5 were very, very big for me, 5 key learnings for me. So quickly to summarize, the first one was that, you know, clients are looking for results. So I should be able to help clients produce results. As a coach, that's what I'm here for. The second thing, the 3-step process. How do you really get the clients? Because we're looking at having a thriving, an amazing coaching business, because the whole idea, the whole purpose is to serve. For me to be able to fulfill my purpose, I need to have people. I need to be able to reach out to people. I may be an amazing coach, but if I'm not reaching out to the world, I'm not even serving my purpose. So 3-step process where I said clients know about you, then they decide to have an intro session with you, and after the intro session, they decide to hire you as a coach. So that's how do you go about doing that? That is what it is. That's a huge learning. The third one being that you speak the language of clients, which is the language of results. Number 4 being confidence, very, very important, and to just remove the deterrents, whatever stops you from having that super confidence. And number 5, being a collaborator as a coach. As a coach, you are a collaborator to the client. So that was it, right? So I think that's about it. And what I really love is, like I said in the beginning also, if you go about reading the book and if you go about taking those actions, because ultimately it's only actions which will get you the results. I see immediate actions for myself that I can take, and how do I take those actions is also very well described. So I think somebody who has started the coaching business, somebody who's at a little ahead, who's at maybe a growth phase, we're looking at scaling up the business, can also look at this. So there are certain tools, techniques, there are certain strategies of how do you really go about doing it. Whether it is where do you get those clients, what format to use, and how do you do it, what's the language that is to be used, because ultimately the purpose is to serve, right? So authentically serving, but how do you do it? So it's basically enhancing that skill where you can really reach out to people and get more and more clients, right? So go ahead, I would say go ahead and read this book. Straight from Kristen's life, and I think a lot of courses that he also is taking up on this module. So yes, just go ahead, do it, and also like it. Please like this video if you found it useful, if you felt there are certain takeaways for you, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more book reviews and a lot of other videos. Go ahead, do that. Have a great day. Bye-bye.